Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad, and today we're going to be switching things up a little bit. So I decided to get a completely original prism list kind of put together. So we are going to have some fun today and just play it out and have some fun cyberbullying some people. Yeah, so this is a list that I came up completely on my own. Uh, some interesting choices in here. Yeah, so this is like a little bit of a switchboard list between the like ALS loop plan and also kind of like the Herald beatdown plan. Uh, Definitely some kind of like interesting cards in here, like Dissolve Reality, and but yeah, like pretty much just standard Prism list. So I decided we're gonna have some fun today, and not only are we gonna have some fun, but I'm intending to have all of the fun. My opponents will not have any of the fun. So I'm actually gonna try to look for a matchup where we can try to do the looping because that I think is more fun than just like the Herald beatdown stuff. But if I don't find a matchup, we'll just beat some folks down. Yeah, but again, this is my completely original list, so let's go ahead and get into some games. All right, so we got a Jarl. All right, so we do actually have a Jarl sideboard. I'm assuming that this is going to be more chance stacky, or not chance stacky, more ALS kind of loopy. We'll see how it goes. So I am a little bit rusty at the loop, but we're gonna give it a try anyways because I think the loop is a lot of fun to try to get together. So let's kind of go over, I guess, the kind of core things that you want in order to ALS like someone, right? So first of all, you want to have an ALS in graveyard and like rebirth or like an ALS in hand. Uh, Second of all, you want to have just like a decent buffer of soul and some auras and stuff. Uh, and then third, you want to have like a bunch of figments developed. Oh, hello, sensesfailed. Uh, I love your uh, I love yours too. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel. That's a joke. I should clarify that. Okay. Uh, Third zero Genesis is pretty good, especially if we are going second. So pretty good start for us. Uh, I'm afraid that this person is not gonna like my channel anymore. That's the fear here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and block three. Do we want to block 3 or 4? I guess like which one of these heroes are we gonna block with? Probably the blue one. I think yellows are just generally better to have on the deck. But then we'll go ahead and play out the Genesis, which is a really, really good start for us. All right. I'm hoping that I'm not losing a subscriber here. that would be terrible. Let's go ahead. So we'll put a Herald into Soul to get our figments going. So we'll go ahead and put Herald of Erudition. All right, this doesn't get a figment, right? So I think now we're gonna start off with Erudition. So I think actually the correct play there was to maybe like put Reprimand in Soul. Kind of depends. Right, so they do have the popper. We will go ahead and try to reprimand this. Seems pretty good. Draw 2 cards, get some figments. Let's go ahead and get Erudition as well. I think Erudition is just fine to get on board. Sure. And then we could play out Parable of Humility, or we could try to go for just like Halo, but I think we want to actually use Halo to like try to turn on our stuff. So I think the play is actually just going to. I probably should have used the Angelic Wrath if I'm being honest, but I guess we can maybe just like overpitch that, and then I guess we can keep this in hand as a blue. Maybe that's okay. All right, we do find the Great Library, which is really good. I'm imagining that they're going to take a turn off here to just kill an aura. Is my guess. All right, Genesis is a smart choice. All right, we got a really good hand lined up though. So you can do Herald of Erudition into Angelic Wrath, and then potentially Solana afterwards. It's pretty good. I guess the question is, do we want to pitch ALS here? Probably not if we're going to try to go for the hit on Erudition. Notably, their poppers are also turned off because of Parable. Not that popper, though, so that's fine. So we can just go ahead and pay into this. We want to pay with Arclight. Do we want to pay with Arclight? Because we need to get 2 yellows into pitch, I think, right? So unfortunately, the way this works, like we're not actually gaining card advantage on this turn. But I guess a card in hand is maybe better than a card in arsenal against Jarl. All right, we do have a decent buffer of soul, so we're looking to maybe get this to like 4 or 5 at this point, and then we can start trying to go for the loop. All right, so we have a strike coming in at Parable. Interesting. I think they probably want to do it at me, if I imagine, or not. Maybe they just have like a weird kind of all red hand. That also maybe makes sense. Okay, so we have Dissolve Reality. So notably, this hand doesn't have very many blues. So we may try to develop out Pierce. So I think we have to pitch this as All Reality, unfortunately, just because we get yellows in pitch. We could maybe try to push for Halo, which would only turn on Great Library. I don't know if that's entirely necessary. I feel like this is going to be so. Despite like on paper, I think Jarl's actually probably not great into this matchup. I'm not experienced in the loop, so they might have a little bit of an edge there. All right, I think we want to follow up with another Herald at them. I don't know if I want to. Do I want to try to Arsenalist Pierce? Maybe I do. I think I just want to try to jam as much soul as possible, and then like maybe try to set up for like a double aura turn where they can't deal with one of the auras. Don't think we're in a terrible spot. Although notably them popping here. Oh wait, is this only once per turn? Oh, the first time, yeah. Okay. So notably they had 2 poppers, so we can't double footsteps. But if you do use a popper on like the second herald and you don't use it on the first, you can actually kind of like double footsteps, which is kind of cool. All right, so we got a summit coming in, which we don't really mind at this point. So I think we'll go ahead and pass. All right, take a little bit of damage here. So we can actually develop out library here if we go for like Merciful plus Pierce and then Arsenal the ALS. Seems kind of reasonable. And then so I think we actually might have missed 1 damage. Did they kill a Spectral Shield? I think they might have. If that's the case, we did technically miss 1 damage, but I think it's still fine. All right, we get our 6-card hand, which is really good. We have a Merciful out, which does so notably one thing about Merciful is it does stop the loop. But one other kind of positive benefit about Merciful is that it just kills them anyways, so you might not even need to loop. All right, let's see what they're going to go for here. All right, going for the Pierce versus Merciful. All right, so Merciful is gone, and notably what this does is it actually turns on our Vestige, which is really cool. And by cool, I mean not very cool for them. So we pass here. The fruits, that's okay. All right, now we should probably start doing some stuff. So we probably want to play out Genesis. I guess the question is how. We could actually. What does it say? It's pitch a light card. So if we pop Halo, does that work? I'm gonna send him a thinking real quick. So the problem with Halo is we already have Rebirth in hand, which is a little bit awkward. I think I maybe just want to go for Genesis so that we turn on. So we put these 2 figments in the deck is what I'm thinking, right? Pass here. We can also flip Erudition because we're probably gonna be likely to ALS next turn anyways. And then we can put Angelic Wrath into Soul just to get a little bit more buffer. Okay, I think I like this so far. So we want to start with Erudition. Banish a card from Soul, which will be this Angelic Wrath. All right, draw 2. We need at least 1 yellow here, so I think that's fine. Our Vestige is, I think, turned on at this point. So now we can go ahead and ALS if we want to. So how much mana do we have? We have 3 here, 4 here, Judgment. So we can still we can do both, right? Or no, this is whenever you pitch a life card. So we only have 7 here. Is that fine? So I think we maybe do just want to play out ALS like this. Then he play out another Pierce. Seems like a good enough turn, honestly. Even if we're not completely establishing the loop at this point. Okay, we have a Winter's Bite coming in. Sure. So how do we want to pilot this? It's most likely they're going to be killing ALS, so we have a Genesis that start a turn. We want to ideally, I feel like it's maybe pitch a blue here because like yellows are more important, I guess, on our turn. Maybe there's an argument to pitching like Soul Shield, but I think we've got a pretty good start. I don't know if we're going to be able to do like the full on loop, but we can get pretty close, I think. All right, so we have Winter's Grasp coming at us. Let's pass on this. Activate Halo. Putting War Tune into Soul. Go ahead and get Rebirth. Erudition on top, I think, is fine. So now the question is, do we have enough buffer to actually start doing this? So we'll put Soul Shield, I think, because it's basically our kind of like do nothing, right? And then, so we need to draw ALS is the issue. So we activate Prism, pitching Merciful is probably fine. Flip the Rebirth. Pitch another yellow. It's probably going to be Erudition. Banish a card from Soul. Get the Soul Shield. Put ALS on top. So I think we've got the loop, if I'm not mistaken. Activate Erudition. Banish a card from Soul. I don't think it's like completely finite, though. It might be finite after we play out the Genesis, though. Yeah, it seems like we got the loop established. Well, this is actually kind of the first game that I've established the loop in like a very long time, which is really cool. Not cool for our Jarl friend, though. That's for sure. Do we want to do anything on end of turn? Probably actually develop out this. So we get double Genesis going. So we just get Infinite Soul. All right, we'll put Dissolve into Soul and put Herald into Soul. Oh shit. Dissolve is actually not an Illusionist aura, notably. Is this still fun? This is maybe salvageable. Put ALS back on top. So I think we need to draw an out at this point. So I fucked up with Dissolve Reality. Banish Dissolve. That doesn't notably do it. Okay. So we kind of slightly messed up here. I'm pretty bad about that specific thing, but we are also at like a pretty overwhelming advantage at this point, at least. All right, we have a Stalagmite coming in. I think that's okay. So we kind of messed up on the loop here, but that was kind of my own fault. But we did at least like mostly establish it, which is, I guess, I'm proud of. All right, coming at Soraya. That makes sense. Do we want to do anything in response? I don't know if that we really do. If we play out Arclight in response, what happens? I think we need to like pivot to just getting value out of our Pierces. So maybe it's fine that Soraya is going here, but I think we did slightly mess up the loop there. Mainly just on the back of me forgetting about Dissolve Reality, but that's okay. Oh, my camera is slightly off. I'm sorry to everyone who is offended by that. Refresh. It's following up with a Plow Under. Is this at me? This is at Avalon. Interesting. Do we actually have Decompose for this? Yes, we do, right? Sure. So they have actually broken. So I guess they're only coming in for 2 though. So this probably shouldn't be at Avalon. But okay. So in their defense, at least, I've also fucked up this game. Uh, oh, we had an Arclight in Arsenal, didn't we? Whatever. You know, we're just having fun. This is totally fine. Let's go ahead and put Herald Judgment into Soul. I think Angelic Rat's also fine to go. Let's go ahead and attack them pitching Light of Soul. Alright, Herald of Triumph is fine to stay on top. Banish a card from Soul. We can put Erudition on top. So maybe we are still looping at this point. I don't think it's like deterministic though. Alright, let's go ahead. I think we will crack Dream Reavers here just because getting this Herald in for 10 is probably going to be a pretty devastating blow. We do also have a lot of Spectral Shields generated, so that's kind of cool. I think our biggest concern here has to be just like burning through our deck at this point. Like, how do we not get fatigued, basically? All right, we got a quick game, we got a ton of shit. I'm assuming we got a react on this as well. Sure. Oh, no react. Okay, interesting. All right, we'll get our Erudition back. Pass. We can flip Erudition, right? And attack. Are we still looping? We might still be looping. Oh, we're still looping. That's crazy. All right, we somehow fumbled our way back into the loop, which is really funny. I am so sorry to this person, by the way, that they have to deal with me fucking dirtling through the loop at this point. That sucks for them. Not for me, though. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. Uh, let's go ahead and banish, I guess, Triumph. Sure. We will go ahead and then Rebirth first. Pitching Merciful, I guess. Banish a card from Soul. Putting ALS on top. Sure. Can we squeeze in a Herald here? We can probably squeeze in a Herald, right? Just get free 10 damage. Why not? We can pay for the pop as well, right? So we will pay for the pop. We'll pitch a Figment of Triumph. Then we'll draw into the ALS. We'll then pass reacts. Play out ALS? Pass. Alright, so I don't know how the fuck this happened, but we somehow just got the loop back, which is pretty fun, I guess. Figment of War, notably not amazing here, but let's go ahead and get rid of that, and I guess we'll keep the 2 Figments. Kind of running maybe a little bit low on threats, but we do have Figment of War. We can maybe even just hardcast the Figment of War. Let's go ahead and pitch this. We can actually double ALS at this point, too. Banish a card from Soul. Get ALS back. Let's go ahead and Soraya as well. We can pitch. I don't know if I want to pitch this Figment of War. I mean, maybe we just want to pitch another Herald. I mean, we can always pitch it to like ALS again, right? All right, so we pass. Can we double ALS? We pitch that, pass. Develop out the Figment of War hardcast, I guess. And then Arsenal another ALS. Disgusting. All right. Just casual 6-card hands. I think Library is actually kind of basically just like a critical piece to the loop at this point. In terms of like Prism gameplay. We'll pass here. I can't really tell by the board state, but I think we're in decent shape here. Let's go ahead and get rid of Angelic Wrath, sure. Just get a nice little soul buffer. Let's go ahead and flip. Flip War, attack with War. Yeah, there's like a million ways to win here at this point, right? We have another ALS in the arsenal as well. Seems like they're off a bit, which is completely fucking reasonable. Good game. All right, please forgive me. That was kind of a fucking nasty game. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, well, thank you, opponent, for at least being a good sport here. I appreciate you playing that game out, even though that was probably one of the most miserable experiences of your life. So, thank you in advance for your service to the channel. Yeah, again, thank you for being such a good sport. It's very cool to at least showcase kind of the loop and do some stuff. But yeah, let's see if we can get like one more game. We got an Oscilio to bully. Tegan's gonna fucking love this. Jebong Ski Man. Sure. So I think we just want to do Herald Beatdown, which means we probably want like the Dio sideboard. Zelkrite. That looks like vaguely right. Sure. All right, we're gonna fucking ruin this Oscilio's day. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and start with the Red Herald of Triumph. As we all know, Oscilio blocks like a white paper towel, and this is one of his worst matchups by like a mile. Although he might have react here. No, not yet. Maybe he can still have react. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this is maybe looking a little bit rough for our Oscilio friend here. Go ahead and get Erudition. This might be like one of the worst matchups in the game right now, if I'm being honest. So if I lose this, this is entirely on me. Alright, denying the second Herald is at least wise. But we will get set up with a nice little 5-card hand. We do have a Sigil, though. Okay. But we have a Sigil of Aether. Sure. It's pretty good. I don't know how good that is against Oscilio. But I also didn't think about the sideboard that much, if I'm being honest. Oh, we have a Channel Lightning Valak too. Okay, so they probably want to hit with this. Oh, we don't have a B. Alright, yeah, so they just hit with us. I don't know if you want AB into Oscilio. You probably... I don't know if you do. Like, I think my plan is to just beat them to death, right? I feel like AB kind of... It's counterintuitive to that plan, I guess. If they have, like, a crazy hand, though, they can definitely get us here for sure. Alright, it seems like we're going to take a little bit of damage here because they have a Lightning Press in hand, but I think that's fine. So I think what I try to do in this matchup is try to save Halo for their Gone in a Flash turn and get whatever that Figment is, the Figment of -1. Oh, they're pitching the Lightning Press here. Very interesting. Alright, we're not gonna... I didn't even know these had Spell Void. That's crazy. Sure. So we get our Sigil of Aether back. That's fine. Funny thing is they can actually use Sigil of Aether plus Flash to trigger CLV because we probably boarded wrong. In retrospect, I probably do want some amount of AB into this matchup, but I guess we can also just use like Halo to get Figment of Protection and deny, like use Spectral Shield to do that. So how do we want to start this off? Oh, we maybe should have used that all you got last turn, but that's also fine. Let's go ahead and start off, I guess, with Herald of Protection. I don't feel incredibly strongly about this, but we can at least like Angelic Wrath this. Is my logic. Problem is we need a yellow in pitch. I'm gonna pass if they don't hit anything here. Alright, so now the Spectral Shield will eat that. Do we want another Spectral Shield? Do we need a Spectral Shield? Maybe we just want, like, Figment of War, honestly. I think I'm fine with that. That all you got in Arsenal's being a little bit awkward. I think we will just go for the flip on this. And then pitch passing. Banish card from Soul. Alright, pretty likely to draw a Herald here, which we do. So that is good for us. Then I guess we'll just play this out and Angelic Wrath it. The problem is we're kind of IPing ourselves with this, but we actually pitch it to Rapture if we really want to. Alright, so send that in. this. We'll maybe just get a Spectral Shield just for insurance in case they have like 2 Sigil Aethers or something. Pass on there. And I guess we'll just pay into Rapture just to get this out of our hand. I think that seems good. Okay. Pay into the Rapture. And pass back to them. Alright, playing on another Sigil Aether, so I guess we're getting potentially rewarded for the Spectral Shield. Playing on another Channel A Valley. Okay. And doing that makes sense. Oh, so they're actually going to be able to buff the Sigil if they want to. So how much is this first Sigil coming in? This coming in for 2. We might want to use Dreamweavers on this. I guess we don't right away, right? We'll just accept that the 2 Spectral Shields are going. Alright, how much is this one is coming in for 2 as well? It's pretty good. So you can probably just let Soraya take it, honestly. It's probably fine. Alright, they're going to pop Blossom. Sure. Then we're going to start blasting. Okay. So I think we do want to probably just pop Halo on this. In which case, we're probably going to block with that all you got. But I think it seems fine. So let's go ahead and pass here. Then in reactions, we're going to pitch the Pierce to Halo. Put the Judgment in his soul. Get a Figment. Notably, they popped their Blossom, so I'm assuming they're going to try to go for like a big turn. So I'm fine to get Judgment here to try to shut that down. And then we'll do that all you got as well. That notably, that all you got's not going to trigger on this, but we're at least trying to deny the CLVs, right? Right, so they're going to go for a Null Shock here. Alright, so Blast Trigger. So how much is the Null Shock coming in for? They're amping 3. So we still have 1 amp from this. So that's 5 amp, if I'm not mistaken. So the question is, I guess, do we want to block this? It's only 1 CLV trigger. And they don't also have, like, action points. So maybe I'm fine to just take this. Hand's a little bit awkward, if I'm being honest. But maybe it's fine. Kind of a confusing turn for me. Felt like it was going to be a lot bigger than it ended up being. And they're out of action points at this point. So yeah. I think I'm kind of okay with this. Alright, let's go ahead and dissolve just to ruin their arsenal. Probably did not play this right, but whoops, sorry. Hold on. We're to start this turn. Alright. Dissolve reality. What do we have here? Could have like an instant from Arsenal or something. Alright, so we have a Null Shock. Sure. I think that's fine. I think that still just basically takes 2 cards out of their hand. I guess they get a CLV trigger, sure. So not 2 cards. I guess it just is kind of like card neutral-ish. Alright, let's go ahead and flip Herald of Protection. Could also flip Triumph, but I guess we're not super scared of dying. I think I'd rather just have the Spectral Shields just to soak up like random 1 attack breakpoints. We are out of soul though, which is a little bit concerning. We need to start drawing into our Heralds probably. Alright, that's a good one. Alright, this is a good hand. Okay. I might be getting punished for not doing the Triumph. But it's still probably not going to be that big of a turn, though, because they need to pay 1 into the Greaves. So I guess they're going to not have a huge, like, on a flush turn this turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and pass here. I'm imagining they're probably gonna get like a CLV trigger this turn, so I'm not gonna try incredibly hard to put them off of it. Oscilio is putting up a good fight here, though. Okay, that's let some Spectral Shield soak it. They'll get another card, but they're kind of almost IPing themselves at this point, unless they draw sigils. All right, and then let's go ahead and send in the War Tune. We don't need to use Triumph, so Ravages is maybe more relevant here. All right, go ahead and pass on this. Get another Figment. I guess we'll get Figment of Ravages. We could actually lose our action point if we go for like a Figment flip, which is a little bit scary. Maybe we just want to do this for damage. I guess we still have Rapture plus this, so they've used 2 Null Shocks. I guess what do we have to be concerned about? I don't think there's a ton in the game that we actually do have to be concerned about. Like I guess they can have like the last Null Shock, and then they maybe get us, but I think that doesn't immediately win them the game. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely like a punish here where we can lose the go again on the come. But the game seems pretty unlocked from here. I think the Oscilio put up like a really good fight for what it's worth. Because like I also like fucked up a bunch, I feel like. I don't know where exactly I fucked up, or I don't exactly remember. I feel like maybe like the battle I got was like a point. Alright, I think we just kill him with Gelgraph here, unless they have like a react. Yeah, this matchup is like stupidly good. Oh, they do have a sigil though. So they can stay alive. Oh no, they can't stay alive because Ravages, right? That's kind of funny. No, they can still stay alive. They just have to pay into AB, right? Yeah. Okay. So barely alive here. We'll get Rebirth. Put that on top. Sure. Why not? Yeah, Oscilio is probably not feeling too good at this point. All right, go ahead and pass back. All right, let's not punt here. Let's go ahead and attack with this. If they have a popper, which I don't think Oscilio even runs any poppers at this point, but if they have a popper, we can still do this. Yeah, I don't think there's a single card that I've ever seen Oscilio run that's a popper. I guess maybe some weird list running CNC or something, but I don't think that's like a real list. Right, so they're going to shock me for my crimes. I guess that makes sense. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's not an Oscilio hand that blocks very well. Shit. Yeah. Feels bad. Alright, well, we've successfully cyberbullied both a Jarl and an Oscilio, which are like the 2 best decks in the format right now, so I feel pretty good about myself. Yeah, good game, Jabong Ski Man. Cool. Alright. Yeah, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. So again, this is a completely original Prism list that I devised from my own mind. And we did manage to pull off the loop, which is really cool. And then we also beat Oscilio, which is like the freest matchup of all time. So yeah, I had a lot of fun in this recording session. My opponents did not, and that's what's important about Flesh and Blood. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.